Police raided a warehouse.
A show in New York was
A terrorist attack on the ruins of Carson. Branch of Italian law enforcement.
Hello?
In the back. With you in a sec, buddy. Not too uncomfortable, I hope. Now this is dry cleaning solution. Active ingredient is perchloroethylene. Gets stains out like a champ. Like a champ went, believe you me.
Gonna be hard getting that stuff down his throat. Want me to get a funnel?
Funnel? Yeah, that's a killer idea. So you remember where they are now, do you? Candy dish. Ah, that does it, Wen. You know I don't like sweet... Oh, the candy dish! That's right! That's where I left my keys. Should have said something earlier, Wen. You see what I almost made you drink? Good old Wen. Always getting into antics. Anywho, what can I do you for?
I like your style. Do any of the people you've interrogated know anything about an attempt on Sung's life?
You came to the right place, and you're lucky you did. See, people come in and out of Taipei all the time without asking for clearance, so then I have to erase them so they don't expose me.
I wasn't aware you had jurisdiction here. What are you trying to hide exactly?
My secret identity and everything I know, that's what. Listen, did you know that in the 1960s, the CIA surgically jammed a mic and antenna into a cat for an op codenamed Acoustic Kitty?
No, I've never heard that. Have you heard of anything relevant to my previous question?
Oh, it's relevant. Just between you and me. And when. You're with the agency, am I right?
I'm with an agency, but U.S. tax dollars don't keep the lights on.
Really? SIS, Office of Secret Intelligence, Majestic 12, TVC 15. Oh, wait, EPA.
Something like that.
Yeah, I work for a division of the CIA that doesn't officially exist. Super secret. They just kind of turned me loose and let me go nuts.
Uh-huh. So, can you help me or not?
Depends. How do I know you are who you say you are? I have to ask because, funny story, one time a salesman came in and I thought he was buying secrets about the German Chancellor's security detail.
You remember a few years ago when Castro got ill all of a sudden?
You did that?
Well, let's just say I was in Cuba at the time, on vacation.
That was you? Shit, I heard about that. Bravo. So, Ronald Sung, huh? Hey, did you ever notice his name's an anagram for lard on guns? Ironic, isn't it?
Hey, yeah. And considering that item posted a few years back in the Worldly Weekly about that pig fat being used as an experimental bullet toxin, not a coincidence.
You might be onto something there, Mike. I'll look into that for sure. Ronnie Sung. What do you want to know, Mike? Personal demons, pant size, political capital, sexual proclivities?
Actually, all of the above. But right now, I'm most interested in who might want Sung dead.
Political assassinations. Yeah, those are fun. One time I took out an entire soccer stadium just to kill the premier of Namibia. Hey, did you know at 400 miles an hour, soccer balls can decapitate people?
I didn't. But Sung?
Sure. I can tell you this, Mike. There's a big conference coming up at the Grand Hotel. Sung's gonna be there, along with a few dozen EU bigwigs and the like.
Any idea what they're meeting about?
They're meeting about that little firecracker in Rome, how much it's helping the climate of fear rise a few degrees. But that's just a fact, not a guess. Emotional meteorology isn't what I went to school for.
I didn't bring my conference pass, and I don't feel like waiting in line, unless it was worth my while.
Taiwanese National Security Bureau is providing the security. You think those cats don't just have oodles of stuff on everybody who might want their boss dead?
Wouldn't be too hard to slip in and borrow some of that information.
Knew that would appeal to you, Mike. Hey, give me a call when you head that way. I'd like to be in on this.
You got it. I'm here to see the Red Lion. I'm a friend of the Sheik. Monsieur, my name is Michael Thornton. I think you have information I need.
I know many things. Most of them would be useful to someone, I'm sure. What is it you want from me, Mr. Thornton? I have no interest in bantering with an American cowboy. It upsets my digestion. Please, get to the point.
Someone is planning to assassinate Ronald's son. You've been receiving transfers of funds from Shahid. I'd be willing to pay to see if these two facts are connected.
Interesting. I admire a man who presents a business proposal clearly and succinctly. Mr. Thornton, a man in my position does not get to be a man in my position without knowing the value of a good trade.
I can understand that. I suppose the question is what you need.
Some of my lieutenants seem to think they would do better without my loving guidance and gentle hand. They have set up shop in a disreputable part of town. Now, if you were to discourage them, I will tell you what I know.
You don't even know me. Why trust me with something like this? Why not use your own people?
My own people are known to these rogues. You, on the other hand, look enough like an ignorant Wilo tourist that they might only mug you.
Well, when you put it that way, it's hard to argue. All right, Mr. Hong.
I knew you would see the wisdom of this deal, Mr. Thornton. Contact me again when my wayward children have been dealt with, huh? Oh, and Mr. Thornton.
Yeah?
Don't call me Mr. Hong.
Okay, I'm not far from the market, near the slums.
I'm picking up some activity near your position. I don't think Hong Shi gave us the whole story.
The head of an organized crime syndicate not telling the truth? Gee, that's a stretch.
Stretch or not, it looks like you're going to see some heavier resistance up ahead.
Interesting.
What is?
I just found a 10-page list of Triad members.
How does that help us?
I think it may be a list of all the defectors.
You said 10 pages? How many defectors are there?
A hell of a lot more than Hong sure told us about.
You better watch yourself, Mike. There's no telling what else he forgot to tell us about.
My thoughts exactly. man, I don't believe this. Our friendly neighborhood triads have been dealing with Al Samad.
You're kidding. Why would they be working together? Any details of the arrangement?
No, just some ledgers detailing various transactions.
This can't be good.
Wait, there's a note attached to one of the ledgers. Apparently these defectors weren't happy with the arrangement, but money had nothing to do with it.
All right, Mike. Keep looking. There has to be more to this.
Did you hear what's happening to Yi Huang? He started pulling guard duty. Guard duty? Why would... Where are you hiding?
know you're here somewhere.
I found controls for the sloop. Well, it's official. Red lion my ass. More like red liar.
That's one of the benefits of a desk job.
According to this series of emails, the defectors aren't the one who killed Hong Shi's second in command. The big man did it himself.
Why would he do that?
The guy had the audacity to openly speak out against the gang's affiliation with Al Samad. Hong Shi decided to make an example of him. It wasn't pretty. There were needle-nosed pliers involved.
That's quite an example.
I'll upload the intel to you. This might be useful later.
Got it.
Celeste, the lieutenants.
Good work. Head back to the safe house. I'll arrange a meeting for you with Hong Shi's people.
I'm on my way.
Wait a minute. Mike, satellite's picking up multiple individuals, headed your way fast.
Triads?
Probably. They're armed like triads anyway.
How much time do I have?
Not long. They'll be there in less than a minute. You better find a good defensive position.
Good thinking.
It looks like they'll be coming in from the loading dock, directly opposite the door you entered from.
Looks like they already had a turret covering that entrance. That might be just the thing to welcome them.
Die!
Mr. Thornton, you return. The television is already humming with talk of your assault on the slums.
Everything's taken care of. But next time, tell me your lieutenant's defected because you killed one of them as a warning.
I did not feel you needed to know this, Mr. Thornton. Nor do my men. I trust I can rely on your discretion.
Shahid was sending you large sums of money. What was it for?
A man in my position has access to certain materials, Mr. Thornton. Materials that a man in Shahid's position finds very valuable. We had a long-standing business arrangement.
You've already got the international smuggling contacts. You could secure shipments to just about anywhere an Al Samad cell operates.
Very astute, Mr. Thornton. You would do very well in this business. I did not sell weapons to Shahid directly. I was merely a facilitator.
And how does that put you in a position to know about an attempt on Sung's life?
I'm willing to provide my information, not my sources.
Fair enough. Let's see it.
As promised, Mr. Thornton, here is all the information I have regarding this unfortunate business with Mr. Sung.
A pleasure doing business with you.
And with you, Mr. Thornton. Oh, there is one other thing. Beware of the man called Omen Dang.
Omen Dang? Who's he?
I'm afraid no one really knows. He is a powerful man in Taipei, and I have heard his name mentioned along with the rumors of this assassination.
I'll keep my ears open. Thanks. I'm sending you the data I got from Honk Sure now.
Receiving. Got it.
Anything?
According to this, the White Oak Mountain Triad was approached to provide security for a diplomatic exchange at a subway station on the Xingmei line tomorrow night.
Nobody hires Triad gangsters to provide security for a diplomatic exchange. Any hint what was really going on?
Hong Shu's lieutenants dug into the guy's background. Turns out, he was an NSB deep cover operative. After some persuasion, he let slip that he was working undercover to foil a major political assassination.
Persuasion. Do I want to know?
You really don't.
That gives us a time and a place. Think it's enough to go on?
Xingmei Station is pretty big. You could wander around for an hour and not find the exchange. You'll need to identify the package being handed off. If you can find a way to track it, even better.
I'll see what I can dig up. I'll be in touch.
Okay. Good luck, Mike.
We've always known that kids enjoy candy, but what are some of the downsides to this link? A recent study by scientists at the American Medical Association has linked the consumption of sugar to hyperactivity and inattentiveness in kids, especially when combined with an empty stomach.
Apparently, after normal, healthy children are given a great deal of sugar, their bodies release vast quantities of the hormone adrenaline, which turns even the calmest child into an uncontrollable hellion. According to one researcher, we gave them a bag of candy bars, and then in like a half hour they were running around being crazy, end quote.
Researchers managing the study recommended parents attempt to reduce their child's sugar intake, or at least balance it with other snacks containing fat and carbohydrates, like chips and pretzels, right?
Yes, Melissa, that would probably work. But parents should remain aware of the dangers that sugar poses to their children and their families.
Well, that's certainly food for thought.
Professor Jibril Al-Bara of Vittorio University was shot and killed by an unknown assassin outside a home on the outskirts of Rome.
Police have no motive for the killing as yet, but our political analysts have suggested that Al-Bara may be linked to radical Islamic terrorism.
Coming in the wake of sectarian conflict in the Middle East, some political analysts are suggesting that Al-Bara's death might be a reprisal for the bombing of the Jizan airfield earlier this week.
The international Islamic community has been quick to decry the killing, with the International League of Muslims issuing a statement saying that Al-Bara had no ties to terrorist activities, and the murder was little more than a hate crime.
A new museum exhibit has caused chaos in the streets of Rome. The Roman Museum of Natural History opened up its Crusades exhibit earlier last week, prompting claims of religious intolerance by protesters who have crowded the downtown area and even threatened visitors. Officials for the museum defended the exhibit, claiming it was a critical examination of the time period based on historical evidence. Roman police have kept the scene under control, but fear a full-scale riot could break out if the numbers gathered outside the museum continue to increase. Tragic news for dog lovers. The latest target of scammers are online puppy buyers, those seeking the comfort of canine companionship via the internet.
Many organizations have received complaints from buyers who have been taken in by multiple false claims, including the dreaded Nigerian pet scam, and lost hundreds of dollars.
Consumers have been asked not to trust any pictures of puppies they are sent. According to the Humane Society, just because you receive a picture from someone on the web does not necessarily mean that thing is real. Sobering news.
Breaking news from Moscow this morning. Last night, the United States Embassy was the victim of a terrorist attack. According to eyewitnesses speaking exclusively to INN, the attackers were well armed and struck with military precision. Thus far, no group has stepped forward to take credit for the attack.
Russian FSB spokesmen have not released many details of the incident, but have assured the press that they are cooperating closely with American agents on the scene. The death toll is believed to be somewhere near 50, although a final tally will not be possible until a full report is released later this month.
Reports that Sergei Surkov, a Muscovite entrepreneur and reputed former leader of the Russian mob, was the actual target of the assault, remain unconfirmed at this time. However, sources have claimed Surkov was present at the embassy on the night of the attack. Mr. Surkov could not be reached for comment.
Tragic news for dog lovers. The latest target of scammers are online puppy buyers, those seeking the comfort of canine companionship via the internet.
Many organizations have received complaints from buyers who have been taken in by multiple false claims, including the dreaded Nigerian pet scam, and lost hundreds of dollars.
Consumers have been asked not to trust any pictures of puppies they are sent. According to the Humane Society, just because you receive a picture from someone on the web does not necessarily mean that thing is real. Sobering news. Roman police raided a warehouse in the Apria district earlier today on reports that it was being used as the hub of an international arms smuggling operation. No shots were fired during the raid, as police discovered several dead bodies in what appeared to be a deal gone bad.
Chinese government officials today announced that the People's Republic would issue sanctions against any nation recognizing Taiwan as an independent state.
The Chinese have always held the official position that Taiwan is merely a breakaway province. But with Taiwanese President Ronald Sung's calls for official separation from the mainland, Chinese officials are growing nervous.
When asked what form economic sanctions might take, the Chinese ambassador to the United States said, quote, "We will take all actions deemed necessary and appropriate to safeguard Chinese sovereignty." In fashion news, designer Robin Goulet's latest show in New York was greeted with surprisingly mixed reviews.
The focal point of the show was the controversial theme of ruined beauty. Models dressed in Goulet's latest designs would stroll to the end of the runway, where they were actually drenched in real pig blood.
Well, many did find it outrageous, some less so. Fans of the designer called it a, quote, "new and breathtaking twist in fashion," while critics called it, quote, "gaudy, overblown, and completely gross." And various animal rights groups picketed the show, claiming it was, quote, "disrespectful to the suffering of fellow creatures."
In response to these protests, Goulet labeled the protesters as stupid dumbfaces who needed to get the F over themselves, end quote. A terrorist attack on the ruins of Carsule was thwarted today by an undisclosed branch of Italian law enforcement. The Italian government has not released the name of the organization involved, citing security concerns.
Chinese government officials today announced that the People's Republic would issue sanctions against any nation recognizing Taiwan as an independent state.
The Chinese have always held the official position that Taiwan is merely a breakaway province. But with Taiwanese President Ronald Sung's calls for official separation from the mainland, Chinese officials are growing nervous.
When asked what form economic sanctions might take, the Chinese ambassador to the United States said, quote, "We will take all actions deemed necessary and appropriate to safeguard Chinese sovereignty." We've always known that kids enjoy candy, but what are some of the downsides to this link? A recent study by scientists at the American Medical Association has linked the consumption of sugar to hyperactivity and inattentiveness in kids, especially when combined with an empty stomach.
Apparently, after normal, healthy children are given a great deal of sugar, their bodies release vast quantities of the hormone adrenaline, which turns even the calmest child into an uncontrollable hellion. According to one researcher, we gave them a bag of candy bars, and then in like a half hour they were running around being crazy, end quote.
Researchers managing the study recommended parents attempt to reduce their child's sugar intake, or at least balance it with other snacks containing fat and carbohydrates, like chips and pretzels, right?
Yes, Melissa, that would probably work. But parents should remain aware of the dangers that sugar poses to their children and their families.
Well, that's certainly food for thought.
Professor Jibril Al-Barra of Vittorio University was shot and killed by an unknown assassin outside a home on the outskirts of Rome.
Police have no motive for the killing as yet, but our political analysts have suggested that Al-Barra may be linked to radical Islamic terrorism.
Coming in the wake of sectarian conflict in the Middle East, some political analysts are suggesting that Al-Barra's death might be a reprisal for the bombing of the Jizan airfield earlier this week.
The international Islamic community has been quick to decry the killing, with the International League of Muslims issuing a statement saying that Al-Barra had no ties to terrorist activities, and the murder was little more than a hate crime.
A new museum exhibit has caused chaos in the streets of Rome. The Roman Museum of Natural History opened up its Crusades exhibit earlier last week, prompting claims of religion.
Breaking news from Moscow this morning. Last night, the United...
Is this Scarlet? This is...
Mike, from the plane, right?
You remembered.
You didn't give me a reason to forget.
Heard you were in Taipei, thought I'd call.
So, it takes me coming to Taipei for you to get back to me?
In a city this big, I wanted to see a friendly face. And since you were here...
You figured I'd do. So, you're lonely? I suppose I should be flattered, right?
That's not the reason I called, but if you want to be flattered, go ahead. I'm here in town trying to find out all I can about President Sung and the upcoming rally.
Sung? Why? Is there something wrong?
His life is in danger.
Why do you think that?
I have an inside source. He's a target, and I need to warn him. I don't have a lot of friends here in Taipei, and certainly not ones with press credentials who can move freely. Can you help me?
What did you have in mind?
A little covert operation, if you're up for it.
I might be. I'd need the details first.
I'll fire them over, along with a location to meet up.
All right, then. Talk to you soon, Mike.
Everybody online?
In position in the lobby.
In position to rain death on my enemies.
Okay, team. This isn't gonna be easy, but you're some of the best people in your fields.
Some of?
Okay, you're the best. If we stick to the plan, this will go off without a hitch.
Thanks for the pep talk, Mike.
Steven, you're with me. There will be a map of the conference in the security office. You're going to be my distraction.
Can do, Mike. Would you prefer a hot distraction or a loud distraction?
What's the difference?
Hot distractions have more fire.
No casualties, Stephen. Especially not civilians. Are we clear?
Sure, Mike, whatever you say. Minimum carnage, no sweat.
Scarlett, I need you to stay in the lobby for now. Hang out in the bar, see if you can find me a lonely convention attendee.
And do what with him exactly?
Talk him up, find out something useful. Use some of those ace reporter skills I hear so much about.
Sure, Mike.
Should be a piece of cake for you.
I'll call you as soon as I have anything.
What about me?
You, I'm keeping all to myself.
Great. I just hope I'm not so focused on your dreamy voice that I forget to tell you when the men with guns show up.
Cute.
Your dreamy voice distracts me too, Mike.
Okay, I'm going offline to take showers. Lots of showers.
Okay, everybody knows the score? Then let's move out. Remember, people, this is our one chance to get this intel. Let's do it right. Good luck, Thornton out.
Heads up, Mike. The administrative offices are under guard. And they've got security cameras set up.
Hey, buddy, do you like those TV cooking shows?
Huh? Bam! That's what I poor dumb bastard. He never saw it coming.
Nice distraction. Thanks, Stephen. Bingo. Got the conference map. And there's the NSB station. Looks like some parts of the hotel are locked off with keycard locks.
Then you better watch for opportunities to get one. You need to get to this information.
Tell me something I don't know.
Mike, it's Scarlett. I've got something for you.
Great, let's have it.
A certain Halbeck security officer has a distinct weakness for Mai Tais and redheads. In that order.
Get anything useful out of him?
Not much. Just his room key.
He didn't happen to have an access pass for the elevators to the convention floor, did he?
You know, funny enough, I think he did.
That's perfect. You did great, Scarlett.
One more little surprise for you. I managed to snap a picture of him. Seems like if security were told it was the face of a known sex offender.
That would make a nice distraction for hotel security. Good call.
Meet me in the restroom by the VIP suite. I'll give you what I have.
On my way.
Here you go, Mike.
You're the best. I ever tell you that?
Not often enough, I think.
Thanks, Scarlett.
I'll be seeing you, Mike.
Mike, you've got 2 guards ahead, patrolling the penthouse floor.
These conferences are a waste of time. I don't even know where the red light district in Taipei is. It is nice to get out of the office for a few days, though. When do we break for dinner? What are you doing here?
Alright, I've got the access badge and a floor plan of the hotel. Looks like the express elevator in the penthouse goes straight to the conference floor.
Good work, Mike. The NSB is patrolling the area. If you watch their pattern, you should be able to find a gap in their patrol and move past without them seeing you.
Damn it.
We have to the area. I need backup. He's armed. Take him down.
And that should do it. I wonder if Taiwan has a version of Megan's Law. Got it.
Hey, that's swell, Mike. Really great. You think you could do me a solid and find a file on the NSB servers for me?
I guess. What file?
Mine. It'd mean a lot to me.
Sure. I'll take a look.
You're the best, Mike.
You hear about that thing in Rome?
Yeah, that museum bombing. Tragic, man. Goddamn tragic.
Yeah, but at least the place was mostly empty. Wait, are you crying?
All that art, it's a piece of our cultural heritage just gone, you know?
Art? Seriously, that's what you're upset about? Shit, I thought you had lost a family member or something.
Excuse me for appreciating culture.
Pussy.
This is interesting.
What is it?
NSB file on Omen Dang. General description, basic intel. I'm downloading this.
Anything of more immediate use?
Some attempt at infiltration into his organization was made, and before the agent in question was killed, he was able to bug some important intel.
That could be useful.
You're telling me.
Hey, Mike, you're not gonna go and do something like...
Mike, what did you do? NSB security just went to full alert. You're going to need to cancel the security lockdown to get out of there. Hurry, Mike. According to the hotel blueprints, there should be a security terminal off the lobby. Second floor.
Steven, do you copy?
Like a floppy. What's up?
I took care of that file you asked me about. As far as the NSB is concerned, there's nobody in the world named Steven Heck.
Hey, that's great, Mike. Mind you, it'll make things harder for little Stephen Jr. suddenly having no legal identity, but hey, thanks anyways.
Sure, no problem. Damn it, Heck, what the hell are you doing?
Steven, you said distraction. Is distracting enough?
Heck?
Wait, there's no time. Just get out of there. Now. Got it. There are some access tunnels underground. They should lead you right out.
On my way. Okay, I'm at the elevator. You sure this will get me out?
Positive. The elevator leads to those access tunnels. You can slip out before the authorities know you're gone.
Got it.
Hey, Mike, it's Steven. Steven Heck.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see you.
I can see you too, Mike.
Okay. What's on your mind, Heck?
Steven, anywho, just wanted to drop you a line and find out if all that killing I didn't do was worth your while. You get what you needed?
Thanks to the NSB, I've got the transponder codes for the bug they planted with the assassin's orders. And thanks to my other leads, I know when and where that package will be.
Hey, look at you with your clues and your spy satellites and your secret genital nuking microwave guns. You're like a real spy.
I don't actually have one of those.
Really? Oh, they're great. Melt the balls right off you. Why, that's great that you got it all sorted out. You need any more mayhem while you're in town, you know who to call.
Thanks. I'll be in touch. G-22? What are they doing here? All right, I'm in. Mina. Mina, do you copy? Great. Signal's jammed. Looks like I'm on my own. A network hub. That must be what's drawing all that power.
Checking something out.
Damn, signal's not getting through. Must be a jammer somewhere. I'll have to bypass it.
Investigating.
Signal's not getting through. Must be a jammer somewhere. I'll have to bypass it.
What's that? Oh, no. Checking something out.
Now that is one hell of a jamming device. This is definitely what's blocking the transmission. Bypassing it will be tough, but blowing it up isn't exactly... Transmission link-up's good. Time to get out of here.
Hold up. Checking something out.
Now that is one hell of a jamming device. This is transmission link-up's good. Time to get out of here.
Investigating. What's that? Hold up. Checking something out. Investigating.
What the hell is up with my PDA? Oh, not again. Albatross. It's been a while since Moscow. I would have contacted you. I didn't realize there was a G-22 cell here.
That means we've done our job, as you've done yours.
So this isn't a social call?
No. I'm calling concerning the monitoring software you've placed on our servers. You managed to infiltrate our system completely. You're very thorough. I have to confess, I almost didn't realize what you'd done until it was too late. You can be quite silent when need be.
Finding G-22 here was something of a surprise. I hope there's no hard feelings. Any reason that intel from Shahid brought me here? I'd hate to think you were involved in any Halbech business.
One could say that we've been monitoring both Al-Samad and Halbech, but we are affiliated with neither. I'm afraid you have to take me at my word, Mike.
I believe you. You've never struck me as a zealot or a capitalist.
You are correct. And that data in our servers, well, let's just say it would be of little use to you. If you disable your monitoring software, we can work out an arrangement that compensates you for your trouble. I can assist you. I know about your mission here.
Well, I'm surprised you found all the programs. Guess I wasn't as careful as I thought. It took a while to place all of them.
Yes, the fifth was the tricky one, but by then, we knew what to look for.
I'll delete those security exploits. They were a little obvious without some sort of backup. In exchange for removing them, I could use your help. This operation is turning out to be larger than I expected.
Thank you, Mike. And as for your mission, let us say that G-22 has no interest in seeing President Sung placed in jeopardy.
So, you have been eavesdropping on Al-Samad and Halbech.
Yes. Halbech underestimated Shahid. The man was no fool. But even G-22 hasn't been able to determine how Halbech intends to pull off the assassination, or who the assassin is.
I'd rather not wait until Sung is shot to find out. That help you mentioned.
G22 will be in contact, Mike. And thank you.
You'll never guess who I just got a call from.
Who?
Albatross.
Albatross? I didn't know G22 had a presence in Taipei.
Yeah, it was a shock for me too.
I'm guessing he didn't call to chat. What did he want?
He wanted my bugs shut down. He was good. He found all 5 bugs in just a couple of hours.
All 5?
I planted 6.
Very devious, Mr. Thornton.
Well, I have my moments. So, what do we got?
This is a gold mine, Mike. Major players operating in Taipei, political and economic trends, activist groups. It's going to take a while to sort through all this.
Start with anything relevant to the assassination.
It looks like the network was part of the ShadowNet G22 uses to monitor global intelligence services. I ran a search for the keywords Ronald Sung and assassination, and got a hit.
Anything we can run with?
I've got an email intercept indicating that the assassin will be receiving the details of the assignment tomorrow night at the subway station on the Xingmei line.
Perfect. Now that we've got the location and the tracker's frequency.
We can direct a keyhole satellite to the subway station and track the package right to the handoff.
We're really good, aren't we?
We really kinda are. Yeah.
Anything else I might find useful?
I'm still downloading, but I'm going to say yes. That network has terabytes worth of data. I'll keep you updated via email as I sort through all this.
Sounds good. I'll be in touch when I'm ready to move forward.
Take care, Mike.
Mike, Bobola, what's the shakes? Any more antics on the horizon? Bad guys need thwomping, Liberty need protecting, adorable aliens need rescuing from sinister government labs.
Steven, hey. Just calling to let you know I've got all the intel I need to intercept this package on the assassination. The exchange goes down tonight at the Xingmei subway station.
Thanks for the heads up, Mike. I'll make sure I disable all those surprise audio mines I've got scattered around the city's subway system.
You don't really have those, do you?
If I told you that, there wouldn't be a surprise, would there? Plus, I'd have to staple your tongue to the roof of your mouth to keep you from telling anybody. Operational security, nothing personal.
Right. Well, anyways, I thought you should know, since Taipei is sort of your turf and all.
I appreciate that, Mike. You've always been a stand-up guy, you know that? Not like when. No, sir. Not like when at all. I'll get to you in a minute, Mr. Impatient Pants.
You know, there could be a lot of bad guys down there. If you wanted to help me take them out, well, I wouldn't say no.
Really? You mean it? Oh, Mike, you don't know how much that means to me.
So you'll do it?
Will I do it? Damn right I will. You just go do your thing. I think you're gonna like the surprise I got cooked up.
Why do I get the feeling you've planned this?
Because I have, Mike.
Right. Okay then, see you down there.
You betcha.
I'm not seeing anything. Are you sure we've got the right place?
Everything we have points to here and now, Mike. Hold on. I've got a signal. It's on the move, about 500 meters west of your current position.
What the hell's it doing over there?
They must have moved the drone.
Mina?
Portable radio channel. Very useful. Points for considering camouflage, Agent Thornton. But try something that blends in with the civilians more than the surroundings.
How do you know who I am?
You've made quite the impression in the intelligence community with your past exploits. Perhaps you don't hide quite as well as you think.
Omen Dang, I think you and I have business to settle.
Agreed. But it would be on my agenda. I have things to take care of. Tasks I cannot allow you to interrupt. There is a maintenance store over there. Go inside.
Whatever you say. You're the guy in charge here, Dang.
I'm glad you see reason in this.
So, what now?
I'm not going to kill you. Eventually your body will be found and will spark a police investigation. That is attention I would prefer not to draw. You'll be staying put right here.
Mike, come in. Can you hear me?
Sorry about that. Got interrupted.
What happened?
I just met the legendary Omen Dang, who locked me in a maintenance tunnel.
I'm not going to ask. I see you. The package is still in play. It's on the move, at the next platform over.
I'm on it.
Hurry, Mike. There's no telling how much time we have.
Where is he? Dang said the dog was here.
I've got company. So much for Dang's word.
I don't know. Stay here. I'll take a look down the hall.
trains are pretty loud here. Might come in handy if I need to take a shot.
Agent Thornton, I've been assigned to monitor this area. I'll remain in contact and pass on what intel I can.
Great, my own personal robot tour guide. Damn, there's no way to get down to the tracks.
Keep pressing forward. The tunnels will lead you to the station, one way or another.
Agent Thornton, there's a series of pipes running below the catwalks. You may be able to use them to avoid the patrols.
there's hardly anybody here. Where are Deng's men?
The transponder says they're in your area. Maybe below you?
I have your target, Agent Thornton. He's on the platform below you, behind the gate.
Perfect. How do I get to him?
There's a security station at street level that has the gate controls. It should be lightly guarded.
Remember, the security guards here aren't Chinese secret police. Don't start a dance-off if you can help it.
I'll be careful.
The last thing we need is to get recorded. Try to turn off those station cameras while you're at it.
Who's there?
You're not supposed to be here! Requesting backup! We have a shooter!
What was that?
Gate's open now. Time to say hello to our friends downstairs. Heck, I've got a lot of guys down here that want to kill me. Any chance for an assist?
I'm soft shoeing my way to you right now, pal. Be there in 2 shakes of a high explosive device cunningly disguised as a lamp. His tail.
Hey! What? He's here! You said this location was safe. Kill him!
Mike, your target is on the move. Don't let him get away.
We are now approaching the station. Please stand clear of the doors.
alive. I may die, but so will you. Think you can dodge a train?
Damn, no time to turn back. Damn, that was close. A lot of work for a little flash drive.
Mike, are you alright?
Yeah, that was a closer call than I'd like. His data better be worth it.
We'll figure that out later. Ding's men are still down there. Get out now.
No arguments here. I think I'll stick with surface streets for a while. Okay, I've got the disk. Let's see what Omen Dang knows. I'm patching you into my system so you can see what I'm seeing.
Careful, Mike. Dang doesn't strike me as a guy who leaves mission-critical data on an unsecured drive.
I'm on it. I've segregated the data onto a separate partition, and I'm running virus scrubbers now.
Impressive. Looks like you're way ahead of me. Any luck yet?
Just bits and pieces. I'm seeing file headers for something about the assassination attempt, and there's something here about riots at Sung's rally.
Are the two related?
I'd say it seems likely, but I can't tell yet. Maybe the riots are to cover an escape.
That's risking a lot of people's lives for an escape plan.
Yeah, well, Dang doesn't strike me as the worried about collateral damage type. Damn it!
What is it?
Must have missed a security protocol. It's formatting the disk. I can't shut it down.
How much have you decrypted?
Not much. Trying to slow the format by running empty processes. Might buy me some time. I'm running out of time. The disk will be wiped before these files finish decrypting.
Can you at least salvage one of the files?
I think I can get one of them, but there's not enough time to copy both.
It's your call, Mike. But you better make it fast.
Sung is the primary objective. If he dies, the entire region is destabilized. I'm downloading the assassination files now. Got it. That's it. Whatever else was on that disk is gone.
At least we got some of it.
Yeah, I just hope we made the right call.
And so we come to the events in Taipei, Agent Thornton.
Yeah, Taipei.
I understand you spoke with Stephen Heck upon arriving. That was a wise decision. The man can be territorial.
You know Heck? Who?
That's not really your concern. It was Heck who provided you with information about the conference at the Grand Hotel, wasn't it?
Do you even need to ask?
Not especially. You were very discreet in your operation there. Still worried about civilian casualties?
Nah, I just hate shooting bellboys. They look like sad little clowns.
Didn't expect that kind of flippancy out of you, Thornton. Heck wasn't the only dangerous contact you made in Taipei, was he?
You're talking about Hong Shi.
Making deals with Triad bosses isn't the best way to guarantee a long and healthy life.
Operational intel isn't exactly overflowing. I needed information, and I needed it fast.
Nevertheless, your one-man crusade in the slums kicked the Taiwanese security forces into high gear. You may have done more harm to Hong Shi's organization than you realize. And then you met the mysterious Omen Deng.
Deng got the drop on me. He was good, I'll give him that.
But at the time, you still didn't know what his role in all this was, did you?
You mean?
We'll get to that later. Faced with the choice of which information to save, you
I chose
chose
the information that would save Sung.
Why?
If Sung died, the entire country could be destabilized. That could push Taiwan into a war with China. That isn't worth stopping a few riots.
I see. That's a very pragmatic strategy, Agent.
I made the best choice I could, given the options.
But it didn't turn out that way, did it?
You must be Agent Thornton. I understand you have some important information for me?
Yes, sir. I've learned about a plot to kill you during the rally this week, and to use your death to spark a massive riot and destabilize Taiwan.
This is a troubling development, Agent Thornton. If it is true.
You think I'm making it up?
Let us just say I would like to hear the whole story before I make any decisions. A man with my political views lives with threats every day. If you can present me with compelling evidence of this plot, I will take action.
The evidence I acquired was partially destroyed.
Without proof, I'm afraid there's little I can do, Agent Thornton. What evidence do you have?
I have proof of the plan to assassinate you. That's all.
Then the riots are merely your conjecture?
No, sir, Mr. President. Both threats are genuine. Please, for your safety, cancel your appearance at the rally.
Canceling the rally at this juncture would do considerable harm to my cause. I am afraid it is out of the question.
Then at least take extra precautions. Wear body armor during your speech. Post extra security, something.
Give me your evidence, Agent Thornton. If my security chief concurs that the threat is credible, I'm sure he will insist on my wearing a vest during the speech.
But the riot...
If I have security silence dissenters in the crowd, I look like a petty dictator. I am sorry, but without hard evidence, I will not send that message to my people.
This is all I have. Please use it, Mr. President. Taiwan can't afford to lose you right now.
You're far more generous than some of my constituents, Agent Thornton. I will put this to good use. I promise you that.
How'd it go?
Could have been better.
He didn't listen?
I gave him the evidence on the assassination plot, but without proof of the riot phase of the plan, he refused to place extra security in the crowd.
What are you going to do?
The only thing I can do, figure out how to stop both plans myself.
That doesn't sound so hard. Keep me posted.
Mike, how did it go with Sung?
Not as well as I'd hoped.
Did he believe you?
He believed the assassination plot, but refused to take precautions against the riots.
So, he didn't believe you?
No.
You tried, Mike. And helping you out? Well, you certainly keep things interesting.
I've got to figure out the next step. Until then, you may want to get ready in case this story explodes.
I hope not. Now I'm tempted to cover the rally.
Are you planning to stay in Taipei then?
Now I am. That is, if you think I can help, Mike. I don't know what I can do, but...
You've been a big help so far. I couldn't have gotten to Sung without your help.
You're right. But I was glad to pitch in. I'll try to gather what I can from my contacts, Mike. Until then...
If I need any more help, I'll let you know. Thanks for everything, Scarlet.
Good luck, Mike. And good luck with Sung.
Looks like Deng's men already made it here. How's that satellite uplink, Mina?
Working. And you're right, satellite imaging shows Chinese secret police all throughout the parks. We're a little late.
Steven, what's it looking like near the stage?
It's a madhouse over here. But not in that fun, violent way.
This should be interesting. I hope our friends actually show up on time. Could use the help.
You better hurry, Mike. Sung's giving a speech in less than an hour.
Speech? Weren't we here just for the fireworks?
Yes, Mike. That and a little thing called regional stability.
I bet those explosives were controlled from here.
Alerts Temple. Enemy snipers on the ridge there. Be alert. We're up on the rocks. No contact so far. Awaiting your lead. Snipers neutralized. You're clear.
Mike, looks like some of Hong Shi's men are pinned down outside the gate. You might want to help them out.
Zipline available for rapid deployment. Taking your lead.
barricade should be all clear now.
Gate secured. Watch for reinforcements.
That was fun. Who the hell lugs death cannons to a park? This ding is crazy, Mike.
Checking something out. Enemy reinforcements en route. Proceed with plan.
Ready for a little show, Mike?
Ready.
The noise from those fireworks should cover the sound of gunfire. You might be able to use that.
Some of us is back up.
Glad to see you guys.
Deng's men here.
Visual on Deng. Hey, we're not done yet.
It ends here.
Where the hell is my backup?
Requesting backup.
Glad to see you guys.
He's here. Send all agents to the hall entrance now.
Mike, Sung's car just made it to the rally. You better finish up in there before these fancy pyrotechnics do.
We knew you were coming, Thornton. Here. Before the eyes of an it will be over soon. You will die.
Quickly, now!
Your end over your head.
Sung's coming onto the stage. It's a straight shot from where you are.
I didn't think you were one to hide, Deng. You're missing your big opportunity. Show yourself.
No. It will be over soon. It ends here.
doesn't make sense. I've read the files on you and Sung. Why would you try to kill him?
I might not have been able to stop you, but my people will make you pay for killing Sung.
You're a double agent? For how long?
All my life.
And is there any chance you're going to share this sweeping tale of honor and betrayal?
Why should I share anything with the man who wants to murder Ronald Sung?
Wait, what?
My sources were clear. Michael Thornton has come to Taipei to assassinate President Sung.
Funny, my sources made it pretty clear you were here to kill him.
Then your sources are mistaken.
If you're not the assassin... Oh, shit.
No!
Damn it, I don't see anybody. I tried to warn him. I sent him everything I had on the assassination attempt.
Mike, emergency frequencies are reporting riots breaking out. And they're getting ugly. Additional security forces are en route.
Copy that. Omen, we've got trouble coming in fast. I'm guessing you want to get to the bottom of this as much as I did.
Yes.
Then let's move out. We're clear. Mina, I'm patching Deng into our connection. Can you give us an update?
Reports are still sketchy, but the news is saying Sung survived the attempt. He was wearing a bulletproof vest thanks to a tip from an anonymous source.
He survived?
I'm glad the information I passed to him did some good, at least.
Tragedy was averted today when an assassination attempt on Taiwanese President Ronald Sung proved unsuccessful. Government spokesmen say the president was warned about the attempt earlier this week by an anonymous source, which convinced him to wear a bulletproof vest during his speech. The president was taken to Taipei City Hospital, where he is reported to be in stable condition. News of the president's survival was not enough to quell riots that broke out shortly after the attack. Police say instigators within the crowd convinced spectators that the attack was part of a Chinese plot, which sparked the riot that has so far killed 23 people.
Heck, calling Thornton. Come in, Thornton.
Yeah, Heck, I'm here.
Just a heads up, Mike. There's some folks out there that really hate you, pal.
Tell me something I don't know.
So this VCI comes to me and he says to me, Steve, I got a proposition for you.
I always figured VCI as the offer you can't refuse types.
So after I pop 3 of his fingers off for calling me Steve, I say, and what proposition might that be, my good man?
Heck.
This guy says to me, oh God, please don't kill me. I just came here to offer you $5 million to give Michael Thornton up as Ronald Sung's assassin.
Tell me you didn't.
Not gonna lie, buddy. I was really tempted for a minute there. But I kinda like you, so I told him to piss off. Then I set him on fire to make sure he got the point.
Shouldn't you have stabbed him to make sure he got the point?
I figured his cronies would probably try and find somebody less scrupulous than myself, so I went ahead and called the news stations. Should keep them off your back for a while.
I appreciate that.
Hey, no problem, buddy. I'm gonna lay low for a while, but I'll be in touch. Be seeing you, Mike.
Searching for a man called Wen Shu in connection with the attack. Government sources have told INN that Wen Shu is a Taiwanese national with no previous criminal record. The nature of his involvement remains to be seen.
That should buy me a little time to get out of Taipei. Better get moving.
And so this is the result of your efforts in Taipei. Chaos in the streets, an assassination attempt against the president of Taiwan. Well done.
There was gonna be unrest no matter what I did. Just an attempted assassination would be enough to create a panic. But with Sung alive, there's at least a chance of reining it in.
Now you're beginning to understand. I admit, the lack of an identified assassin might slow things down, but the people already believe the assassin was a Chinese agent. Omen Deng's escape won't stop the push for independence from growing stronger. You managed to escape Taipei undetected. largely because of an anonymous tip identifying a man called Wen Shu as the attempted assassin. Stephen Heck's work, I trust?
What can I say? The guy appreciated my style.
You have a knack for engendering trust. A useful skill for an intelligence agent.
Must be my winning personality. That's all you cared about then? Destabilizing Taipei?
You should pay more attention to global politics, Agent Thornton. If Taipei pushes for independence, the People's Republic will prepare for war. If China prepares for war, so does the U.S.
And Halbeck makes a fortune off the new Cold War.
If there's one thing better for business than a war, it's a Cold War.
Mike. Is it odd seeing me in person?
I could ask the same thing.
It's not odd for me. Well, not after everything we've gone through.
And what have we gone through exactly?
I came here because we're out of time. Taipei, Rome, Moscow. As far as the agency is concerned, they've been resolved to Halbeck's satisfaction. Perhaps not ideally, but Halbeck's projections are optimistic.
So they don't even know they're starting a war.
Not yet. First they'll delete Alpha Protocol and erase everything associated with it. And that means you.
Hey, they haven't done a great job so far, so don't worry about me.
I am worried about you. I can't shut it off. For them, it's a lot more simple. If Alpha Protocol is erased, then you're erased. Whatever life you had will be gone. You'll be rogue forever. Until someone finds you and kills you. And I can't let that happen to you.
Then I say we bring them down before they get the chance. They don't know about you, Mina. And they certainly don't know me.
It's more than...
No, it is that simple. Trust me. And if they've got Halbeck on their side, then they're doubly screwed. Mina, we're going to get through this.
Mike.
I mean it.
Mike, I can't. You don't know what's going to happen.
Neither do you.
Mike, about Madison and Rome,
That's behind me.
I didn't mean to put you in danger. I didn't mean for any of this to happen.
I know you didn't, but the real problem would have happened whether you were here or not, and things would be a lot worse. Besides, I would probably be dead, and I don't like that idea much.
Suppose you already have a plan.
Save the day. Somehow. But first I have to get back to the facility. Then take out the folks that trained me, along with any Marines, agents, or any other Halbeck thugs they've got with them. Get evidence on an international conspiracy, and prevent World War III. So I guess I better get started.
We better get started.
No, you need to get to safety. I don't want you getting hurt. And I'd be surprised if Westridge and Parker haven't already figured out someone's been feeding me information. If so, your life is in danger.
I want to help. I can return to Alpha Protocol. I can still help you from the inside. I can't just throw you to the wolves.
I don't want you going back there. Chances are they know about you. And if so...
All right. There's another safe house I can hide out in until this blows over. But this could be the last time we see each other.
Don't count on it. I'm not letting you off the hook that easy.
What are you going to do?
Call in a few favors. If Alpha Protocol thinks it's the only one with an army, they're in for a shock.
World War III, is it on the horizon? A recent European Union study published by a Rome-based political think tank lists 37 points of concern, including a sharp upswing in terrorist activity in the past month,